You know, I was too young when September 11th went down. I was 10 years old. So I couldn't really comprehend the magnitude of the events. I think back then, in this country anyway, uh, constant live television wasn't really accessible as far as I can remember. Meaning that, the events of the day, you had to wait until the evening news to get the televised sort of overview. So it wasn't really possible for anybody to witness that sort of live. I remember like that evening, all the adults just kind of glued to the television, but it was already like an edited montage. I mean, I was 10 years old, so I could tell this was an event of some magnitude, but I couldn't really comprehend. I do wonder what it would have been like to be a sort of young adult or adult around those times, a thinking person, to see something as unbelievable as that go down, to see everybody get swept up by the ensuing narratives and whatnot about terrorism and this, that, and the other, and further down the line, of course, all the justifications for building a police state and going into foreign wars and all this for your own protection, of course. And seeing that go down, surely there would have been plenty of people that the day previously would have been existing in one type of world, and the day following, September 12th, they would have felt themselves entering a completely different world. A brave new world, I guess. Seeing like 3,000 people fucking killed on live television. I mean, fuck. What a way to start the 21st century, Now, of course, it would have been shocking for all those that bought into that thing as reality, face value, but there of course there would have been around people that would have seen it for what it probably is or was, which is a simulation, a false flag, potentially some kind of demonic fucking human sacrifice being enacted, to kind of set the scene for the 21st century, because everything that followed, it's all too convenient, isn't it? Suddenly they have their excuses to go to war. Suddenly they have their justification for surveillance states and NSA up your ass at every fucking step, and fucking airport security and all this shit. And suddenly they have an all-pervasive invisible threat called terrorism, which has no concrete shape, no form. It can strike anywhere, it can strike globally, it can strike anytime, and it can strike almost anywhere, even in America, which is, would have been thought of as relatively safe, right? But no, now we have this invisible, all-pervasive, global, forever multiplying, forever replicating thing called terrorism, with no centralized authority, several of them, but not a single one. You cut off one head and more of it will emerge elsewhere. And to fight this all-pervasive, global, invisible catch-all, abstract thing called terrorism. Well, we now have license to basically do whatever we want for your own good. You see, we can fuck you, and we can fuck you good. We can build a surveillance state around you. We can go into foreign wars. We can come up with some taxes. Because you see, you're scared now. You are absolutely terrified, you as the helpless, hopeless individual in all of this. You are scared, but don't worry, because Big Daddy government is on the case. Big Daddy Bush and Big Daddy Obama and Big Daddy this and that. And, you know, just forget these names. Just Big Daddy government. All these abstract fucking institutions, the CIAs, NSAs, and what have you. Daddy government's on the case. Don't worry. So this war on terror thing is very convenient. You know, again, it's... What is terror exactly? You know, this thing has no end. I suppose some of these things sometimes will end, because you see, the whole reason I've heard it said that the powers that be needed the threat of terrorism, is precisely because the threat of communism, well, it actually ended, but it took its fucking sweet time. But you know, they couldn't manufacture fear based on the communist narrative any longer, you know. And, you know, equally, communism would have been a global threat present everywhere. Your fucking neighbor could be a communist. There could be a communist under your bed. But they couldn't pull that shit anymore, so they needed something else. They needed terrorism at the time. So anyway, seeing that shit go down, it must have been fucking surreal for thinking people out there, you know. You know, they must have been aware that on some level they're seeing a simulation. They're seeing theater, a very grotesque form of theater being enacted in front of their eyes, with actual fucking consequences to real people, you know. So a fucking surreal world opened up after that. And I guess in 2020, we got more of the same, didn't we? Another fucking all-pervasive, invisible, forever replicating, forever dangerous threat called a virus. So dangerous that you shouldn't even leave your house this time. That's how fucking scared we want you to be. Be scared. And once again, Daddy government is ready to step in. Don't you worry, people. You just get in line, literally. Get the jab, and you're done. It's for your own good. Fear and loathing post-COVID. I thought that's what I should call this video. Sounded like a funny title. It just came to me. Fear and loathing post-COVID. What does that mean? What should I speak into? Well, what is there to speak into? In 2020, we just entered a very fucking bizarre world, didn't we? A very fucking bizarre world indeed. Can you fucking trust anyone anymore? I don't think you can. Everybody's compromised. Whether you ended up fucking jabbing yourself or not. You know, the thing I realized is that there is no common frame of reference anymore. In regards to fucking anything, really. It's a world of the Walking Dead, quite frankly. Really quite unbelievable to think about. Now, the whole COVID thing, it didn't really have a singular televised event like 9/11 did, but it kind of did for me. There was a singular televised event whereby, before I saw this thing, the world was one way. I was hopeful, even still. I was somewhat naive, you know. I was skeptical of the world, but it's still kind of pushing forward, you know. So the world was one way, and after this thing was televised, the world was another. And for me, that monumental televised event was seeing Stephen Colbert's vomit-inducing comedy sketch called The Vaccine. Oh yes, it's only like 3 or 4 minutes of absolute terror. I have never seen anything so fucking horrifying and hypnotic. I was just perplexed. I was just glued to the computer screen for that 3 or 4 minutes of Stephen Colbert's The Vaccine. I just couldn't believe what I'm seeing. And once that clip was done, I was done. I was done trying to fucking comprehend or fit in with the masses of people out there anymore. That's it. That is it. That was it. Shocking stuff. Stephen Colbert's The Vaccine. Jesus Christ. You know, I imagined it was a bit like that scene from V for Vendetta, you know, where that edgy comedian is going against the system, doing some kind of sketch show, you know, and you know, that comes later. You know, first it's like the system approved sketch show, right? And the audience is in the studio laughing and clapping and shit, but the camera kind of pans forward in V for Vendetta, and you see behind the audience there's like a like a row of soldiers, these fascist fucks with like shotguns pointing at the audience. It's like, dance, you monkey, dance. I imagine that's what must have been going on in Stephen Colbert's studio. You know, you pan the camera out a little bit and you'll see yeah, these like Agent Smith fucking CIA, FBI motherfuckers with just like guns pointing at everybody, especially Mr. Colbert. You know, I'm looking at that, I'm thinking like, man, they must have some fucking dirt on this guy, because you can see the fucking pain in his eyes. He's smiling, he's laughing, but it's just like, you know, what have they done to me? What have I been reduced to? I'd feel bad for him if he wasn't such a cunt. All these talk show host guys, you know, most of them, they're just unbearable fucking... just unbearable. So, yeah. After seeing that, I guess I entered a world of fear and loathing as well. Emphasis on the loathing. Maybe not so much fear. In some sense, none at all, to be honest. Because that whole time period just kind of set me free, frankly. I've never felt simultaneously so alone among people, but also at the same time completely vindicated. Completely fucking vindicated for years of feeling like I'm an alien, I'm the problem, I'm the one with like communication issues or whatever, because I can't seem to really find my place in this world and whatever. I can't really seem to find any enjoyment in communicating with just about most people out there. And you know, for like a long, like 10, 15 years, I would internalize this like big time, boys. I would be like, fuck. I was talking about it in this other video, like I was getting into like self-diagnosing and shit. Oh, it must be like, there must be something wrong with me, you know? But then I saw Stephen Colbert's vomit-inducing comedy sketch, and I was like, oh, it's all you fuckers. It's this abstract fucking massive fucking, it's all you fuckers, it's your problem, innit? Oh my days. So I felt vindicated. I felt freed. You know, all these years spent pursuing the approval of people around you. And the weight of that just lifted off my shoulders. Oh, great stuff, great stuff. For me, that whole time period was just comfy as hell. Quite frankly. Streets were empty. You could have walks like this, but in the city. People actually had some fear struck into them, which for some people can be, you know, conducive to psychological growth. It's the same reason war and things like this, you know, any hardship really has the potential to get some people to the next level. Of course, for most, they just, you know, it leads to a lot of ridiculous behavior, or an insistence, at least on their part, not to embrace the chaos. And look, I couldn't ever take that thing seriously. Not for a second did I think that I was gonna die or someone else is gonna die because of me having infected them or some shit. I just don't think on that level, you know. Like I couldn't buy into it on any level whatsoever, you know. But there were, you know, people that did fully, which means from their perspective, you know, the fucking plague is here. The fucking Black Plague, or the equivalent, it's here. And it's serious, and, you know, death is in the air, you know. And now, if you're convinced of this, well, it can be conducive, you know, to have the fear of death struck into your heart like that, you know. You'll learn a thing or two about yourself. Most people, though, you know, of course, they won't embrace it. They'll fight it, and because of their all-pervasive fear of death, you know, they will agree just about fucking anything to get rid of that fear. Just make it go away. Just make it go away, you know. So, what is there to say about any of this, really, huh? We all made our fucking decisions, and I just, you know, I have a feeling we're gonna have to make some more. All things considered, I don't think they're gonna let us off that easy, you know. And what was the consequence, really, for going for going either side? You know, life kind of seems to have gone on as if nothing happened, but not really. You know, something fucking happened. Okay, things are not the same. Something fucking big happened. But they can do a lot worse. That's my point. It was a subtle not exactly subtle, but it was they could do a lot worse. That's my point. You know, this was one way of testing where people fall on the line, basically. How far they're willing to go or not go. But they can do a lot worse, you know. So let's be on the lookout for any new shit tests, grand society-wide shit tests of this nature. And stay vigilant. Alright, it's 21 minutes. Fuck this. That's my transmission for the day.